Hi guys. Um, Today I wanted to make a video about Slither, a game that we just played during the last round of World Cup after games for national teams, and I was like, okay, maybe I could make a how to play about Slither because it's really a great game and probably many players don't understand what's going on here. So let's go with Slither. So Slither is a connection game. Okay, it's a two-player abstract board game invented by Curry Clark in 2010, so soon 15 years ago. And it's a connection game, but it's like you know, it's like in Hex, but also a little like in another connection game, Lines of Action. Why? Because in Slither, the goal is the same as in Hex or Twixt. One player needs to connect the left to the right and the other player the top to the bottom. Okay, so it's like Hex or Twixt. But the thing is, it's a dynamic connection game. And then it's like, some stuff that are, for instance, in Lines of Action, the pieces can move. We're gonna see this. So let's go first with the rules. So in Slither, you're playing on a board. It could be 9-9, 11-11, 13-13. It doesn't matter. Let's say we are playing on 13 by 13. So one player needs to connect the top to the bottom and the other player the left to the right. And you just drop a piece on the board like this, okay? And the other player did the same. And then the thing is, you can just play by adding a stone, but you can also move one of the previous stone of one square, like you have 8 option here. For instance, you can move there and place there. Okay, like this. Okay, you just add some stone, and you need to make a pass from the left to the right and from the top to the bottom for the black pieces. Okay, and that's it. You just need to know that there is a forbidden pattern in Slither. First, your connection need to be orthogonally. It's like you cannot try to make a connection diagonally in Slither. Okay, you need to make a pass which is only orthogonal pass. Okay, and the thing is, it's not allowed for a player to have a piece here. A player cannot have two pieces diagonally like this, except if he has also another piece orthogonally. I mean, you can play this, okay? Then white, for instance, can play this, and then you can play this, okay? You can play this, but you cannot have only this. This is not possible. If I'm trying to move there, then I need to add a stone here. If I don't, the move won't be accepted. Okay, so at the end of your turn, so after moving and placing, or just placing, you cannot have anywhere two pieces that are in this position. It's not possible to have this. So you can have this temporarily during your move. So for instance, it's allowed to move like this, but this is not the end of your turn. You need to add something. You cannot play there. You cannot play there. You cannot place a stone anywhere. I'm trying to add a stone. You cannot play a stone anywhere except here, because this is the only move which make your board correct. Okay, and that's it. And you need to make a pass. Okay, like this from the bottom to the top, and of course you can play everywhere on the board. Okay, I think that's it for the rules, except that we are playing with the pi rule. You need to know that. It's something which is usually used, and especially in connection games. I will explain why it's not so important in Slither. In Slither, we have a dynamic connection game, okay? And when an abstract game is dynamic, starting is not so important. I mean, it's an advantage, okay? Usually it's an advantage, but it's not so important. You can have a lot of examples in your mind. Okay, for instance, lines of action, but you can also consider just chess, okay? And also all the variations of chess, Chianki, Shogi, or something, okay? All these games are quite balanced. I mean, usually you don't have pi rule. We are not using pi rule when we play chess, okay? It doesn't mean that it's not an advantage to have white. Everybody knows that it's an advantage to play white when you play chess, because it's an advantage to start. But black pieces are playable. I would say it's the same in Slither. It's an advantage if you can start, but I don't think the pi rule is necessary to have something, because it's dynamic. You can move the piece, and this is gonna create some stuff on the board that are far beyond the starting place. It's not like, in all these games where you cannot move anything. The games where you just play something and that's it. So, for instance, when you play Blocus, when you play Hex, you just put something. When you play Havana, when you play Twixt, you just place something, and that's it forever. It means that you control a board, you control sometimes even an area. And then in all these games, it's really important to start. I mean, playing Blocus or Hex without pi is not serious, because it's too big advantage for the first player. Okay. But I don't think it's the case for Slither, because of the fact that you can move. Also, the results of this is the pi rule is always used when you play Slither. It's something you need to know. When you play Slither, you always swap. Okay, so let's go back. For instance, even if black play there, white gonna swap. You're always gonna swap. Why? Because if you start here, it's even better to swap. Okay, but if you start there, it's also good to swap. You see why? Because I will just put my piece in the center in a few moves. Okay, after 4 moves, my stone will be in the center. So I always gonna swap. Swapping is just always good in Slither, because you can just rearrange your piece so that your piece is not useless on the side, but it's just in the middle after 3 or 4 or 5 moves. Okay, so you don't really care about that, and you always swap. I think this is why Corey Clark tried to add another rule to his game, advanced rules. In this video, I will focus on the standard rule, and sometimes I will make some comment about the advanced rule, and I will explain why I don't really like the advanced rule. The advanced rule in Slither is: a stone can only be moved if it's orthogonally adjacent to at least one stone of any color. It makes the game really different. Okay, and I think Corey Clark tried this because it makes now it's really important to have the swap. Now it's really, really important, because if I put your stone in the corner, you cannot move it. Okay, so it's gonna be important. And but the thing is, it changed a lot of stuff. The first result of this is the game is not so dynamic, because now it's not easy to move some pieces. The other point is the fact that the game is quite hard to read. It's almost unreadable. I mean, Slither is already something which is really deep and really it's a really nice game like this. It's one of my favorite games, to be honest. One of my favorite. It's really amazing. And adding these rules make the game quite impossible to read, because you see, the thing is, for instance, let's take the 2 pieces in the middle. With the advanced rules, these 2 pieces can be moved. But the first player who is moving will make that the other player cannot move anymore, okay? Because here, the two pieces have an orthogonally adjacent piece. So let's say white is playing this. Okay, now this piece cannot move because it doesn't have any orthogonally piece, okay? So it changed the game a lot. It's a quite different game, really different. And in fact, I don't think the game is more beautiful after this. I think it's less interesting. And I will explain in this video, sometimes with some comment, why it changes everything. It changes a lot of stuff with the ladder escapes. It changes really a lot of stuff. Me, I would say that I prefer the standard rule. And I would add that probably the swap is not even necessary. You can have the swap so that the player won't start in the middle and that's it. But even without swap, I would say that the game is absolutely playable, still nice, still interesting, and not easy at all to win for the first player. So, well, that's my opinion. Now, we are done with the rules. Maybe we can talk a little about the opening. The opening, when you start Slither, usually the best players will try two steps. You have the first thing, which is quite common in all this kind of connection game, like Hex and Twix. You're also doing something like this, is to try to, let's say I'm talking some black. It's trying to make a line or some lines. I will explain. For instance, some lines. Okay, some lines like this that are, parallel to your sides. Okay, you're not trying to make a line to win quite fast. You're trying to make some parallel stuff like this. The idea of this, it's quite easy to connect this to the top and to the bottom. What I mean is, if white trying to stop you there, okay, you can just go there. And if white is trying to stop you there, okay, you can try to add something. And you can see that it's pretty easy to connect. When if you're playing something like this, let's say no, let's say you're playing something like this. In this position, if black cannot connect the bottom, then it's gonna be pretty hard to do something. The thing is, you can try to do something like this, but you can be cut quite easily. And as you can see, you have only one idea in your mind: is you are trying to connect this piece to the bottom. You don't have a lot of choice. It's not when you had a line like this, you could decide if you're gonna connect the left or the right, the bottom. But here, white knows that you are trying to connect this, and so it's gonna be pretty easy for white to block you, especially if he has like another piece like this. Okay, I would say this game is over. White won. White gonna win easily this game now. I'm pretty sure that white is in a winning position, because black has just no possibilities to reach the bottom. And then, let's say we're playing like this, you can see that we can even play probably something like, you can have time to do this, maybe, I don't know. But it's like, in this kind of, in this position, black tried everything, but he can try something like this. Okay, first you can play this if you want, but you could even play something maybe like this, or I don't know, and it's gonna be pretty hard for black to connect because he doesn't have any piece. Also, you can imagine that these two white pieces are there, and then it's even simpler. Okay, we're gonna talk about this, but all of these are some ladder escapes for white. when black has nothing on the bottom. And when you have nothing in your yard, it's going to be really bad for you. Okay, so you have this kind of opening. Another possible opening that I really like is to put just some pieces everywhere on the board. Let's focus on black. Um, I really like this kind of opening. Okay, so something like this. Trying to put some pieces almost everywhere on the board, and I could continue like this, you know. I'm just passing with white, okay. I'm pretty sure I already played some games on Little Golem where I started like this. Maybe it seems a little crazy, but the thing is, in Slither, when you have some pieces everywhere on the board, then you can rearrange everything and just win. That's it. So we're gonna see this later when we're gonna try to analyze some games that I played against a friend, which is also quite good in Slither. Another Little Golem player. We'll see this later. What I want to say also. Okay. Also, one thing which is really important in Slithers, it seems you have two moves. Okay, you can move and play. You can create two threats in your turn. Well, let's just illustrate something, but it's just to show you something. But okay, let's say you're like this. Okay, for instance, here, if you would like to stop, let's say, this black line, something which is playable is you can play this and this, okay? So you can move and add something at different places on the board, and you can have two different threads with your two different moves. And this makes a really big difference with all the other connection game I know. Because you can't do this in all the other connection game, okay? Because you have only one move. So this makes also Slither quite, I mean, quite unique. Okay, also something else is sometimes you can use the fact that some let's see. Sometimes you can use the fact that you know that something is not allowed. For instance, how can I illustrate this? The fact that you know that you cannot play here. Okay, since you cannot have this forbidden pattern, you can use the fact that you're gonna create a position where the only good move for your opponent is something which is forbidden. So, for instance, let's say that black want to go there. You could imagine that you move like this, for instance. The idea is black would like to move this piece here, but you took his place. And now if you want to move this, it's not allowed because he has something which is forbidden. So sometimes you can use something like this, like you're gonna put your pieces so that the only move which seems good for your opponent is just not allowed. Okay. What can I say also? Okay, something which is really important also is to have some notion about what is going on the sides. I will show this. For instance, if you have something like, let's say, let's say we are Okay, let's say we're, no. Okay, let's say we're like this. For instance, in this position, black doesn't care about this threat for white. Why? Because black can just play this, okay? And in this position, black is still connected. So this is not a threat for white. And if you play something like, of course, you could play something like this, but then first you still have this possibility, because after this, maybe you can have a piece, let's say, like this, okay? So sometimes you have a piece which is around there, we can, but also the fact that if white is playing something like this, you can play black there, and maybe you have also a black here that can help you. Okay, and you have also some stuff like we can say. Okay, also sometimes you have the fact that let's imagine that we go until the end. Something you need to know also is that in what? Oh, okay. Let's say we're like this. In this position, black is also winning because white doesn't have any piece here. Okay, so if I play this, okay, white can play this, okay, and I just gonna win on the right side. And if white is doing something else, I can just win directly. So it's like white moves are forced, and of course, if white has just, let's say, one piece here, then it's quite different, okay? Because now it's not working. Okay, so these pieces are called ladder escapes, and ladder escapes are everything in Slither. I will show this in Slither. I mean, it's almost like everything is about ladder escapes. So let's talk about this now. When I'm building something like that, let me show you. Okay. Okay, in this position, we can even add this so that it's even easier. The idea is white gonna win in a line on the bottom, and every time black gonna try to block him, all these pieces gonna be used as ladder escape to connect to the right side, and all these pieces gonna be used to connect to the left side. So let's just illustrate this. So for instance, let's imagine black is playing this, okay? And now let's imagine that white is playing this. And now black is saying, okay, I stopped you. Okay, you stopped me, but we'll see that. White is playing this. I don't know if you understand, but the idea is do you understand? All these pieces are used to connect to the right side. If you don't have this piece, you're never gonna win. So here, for instance, let's say, I don't know, black is playing something like, well, he's in trouble, okay? You have many possibilities there, but, well, let's even say you play that. And you can try to play something like this. Okay, and now maybe something like that. Okay, something like this. Well, I'm just playing quickly to illustrate what is going on, but the idea is, and now we're gonna do the same stuff on the other side. I mean, okay, I guess you get it. I mean, okay, and that's it. It's it's just to illustrate what is going on, but everything is about ladder escapes. And these pieces, let me go back until I mean before the white attack. These pieces, the 4 on the left side and also the 4 on the right side, are ladder escapes. I mean, these pieces can be moved so that you're gonna connect to right and so that you're gonna connect to the left. This is the most important thing in Slither. It's dynamic. You can move the pieces, and this is how you're gonna win. A bad Slither player is a Slither player who is trying to win too fast. He doesn't have enough ladder escapes, and he's gonna be blocked. Mathematically, he's gonna be blocked because he doesn't have enough pieces to connect to the side. Okay? For instance, here, we doesn't need to play the game. I mean, it's absolutely sure that black cannot connect to the bottom. Why? Because on the 3 last rows, as you can see, you have no black pieces. And white is playing some moves, okay? So black cannot connect to the bottom. Of course, if we were, for instance, I don't know, in this position, let's say like this, then it's absolutely different. Maybe black is winning, okay? Because now black has some ladder escapes, and now everything is possible. Let's say black is playing something like this. Let's imagine white is playing something like that, okay? Um, and now, as you can see, uh, black is winning, okay? He used some pieces on the left, some pieces on the right, okay? Because he had ladder escapes. But without these pieces, black has absolutely no chance to connect the side. It's some mathematic, okay? To connect to the bottom, black needs, even if white is not playing, at least 3 pieces. There, 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 there. Or there, 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 there. Okay, so 4 pieces. But black is adding only 1 per move, and white is adding some also. So it's not enough. It's not enough. That's it. Black cannot win it. White just gonna cross. And white, it seems that white can win in line because he has enough ladder escapes on the right and on the left. 4 on the left, 4 on the right. In this position, I think is probably enough. I think because sometimes white is really good, but he's gonna try to win too fast and he's gonna reverse the position, and then finally he's gonna destroy his own position trying to win too fast. So you need to take care about this. Well, okay, I guess you have all the bases now. You can play Slither. I think you can understand how it goes after this explanation. I will end this video just showing 2 games that I play against my friend 5466 player from Taiwan, which is quite good to Slither. So let's see. In this position, in this game, I had black. So let's see. I play this and he swapped. So no, so I'm white now. Okay, okay, it was anticipated. The swap was anticipated. So I'm white in this position. Let's see Okay, so I decided in this game to go for the opening in a line parallel to my sides. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so as you can see, I'm trying to make something parallel. I'm trying to win on the top here because on the bottom it seems that I'm really weak. So let's see. Okay. Okay. In this game, I'm trying to make something quite fast. Don't know if it's gonna work. It's the, by the way, it's the two last games we played together, I think. I choose the two last games we played together. Okay, so as you can see, 5466 is clearly playing the strong middle line parallel to his sides. Uh, in the bottom, he seems really strong because, for instance, my white line is on the top, and also he has three pieces on the bottom, and probably it's enough to just connect the bottom. But on the top, he can be scared a little, I guess. Okay, so white is okay, so here it's like, okay, I'm there. I will use this one to as a ladder escape, and maybe I'm gonna add also this one, like going like this, to add another ladder escape. So it makes two possible ladder escapes. So let's see. Okay, so here you see he moved on the right and added on the left. Okay, so it seems that I'm trying to go on the top now. Okay, so I added on the right side, so it's like I'm not anxious on the left side. Probably I'm gonna try to move here and go there because he's weak on the top. He's really strong on the bottom, but he's weak on the top. Okay, so he realized that he was weak on the top, so he decided to go there. Okay, so I cross, and now he made a defense in V like this, which is really good. So now in this position, it seems that black is not too bad, okay? But let's see. Okay, so I'm using this one as expected. Okay, and now, as you can see, I move on the top and I add on the bottom. It means that I'm trying to create an attack here, but also there, using this weak corner for black. Okay, so he's adding this piece, which is maybe useful for him. And now, as you can see, I continue with, I'm using this to reinforce the top and trying to have a target weak black corner on top left, but also keeping this pressure on the bottom here. Black has to respond. Still doing it. Okay. Now I secure the middle because okay, you see also in this position I created the famous forbidden pattern. Here black cannot cross. Now black is threatening to cross, like playing black for instance. Okay, he's threatening to move here and add there, so I'm just closing and adding on the top. Okay, so now white is ready to attack on the top, and he has a really strong right side because he has here two ladder escapes for the right and also this one, so it makes a lot of ladder escapes to connect to the right if black is trying to stop here, to stop him there. And the top left seems good for white because black is still pretty weak at the moment. So okay, he's trying to defend like this. White is going on the top. If black is moving there, adding there, it's like you can just cross, so black cannot play this. Okay, he decided to go for that move. So this is easy to see that this is secure for black because black can move here and add there, but he can also just move this or move this. So it makes three possible ways. Of course, you can block only two since you have two moves. So it's okay for black here, but okay, not on the top. Okay, that's a good move for white. And white is still, okay, trying to reconnect to the other white pieces and to reach the right side. Let's see. Okay, white is still building and progressing on the right side. Okay. Okay, black is closing this so that white cannot connect. But then, okay, white is just going like this. Threatening also to move here and shot there, or even move here and shot there, which is even better. And is connecting on the top. So black is forcing white to play this move. Okay, but now white is pretty good. Since black has also a weak corner here, it's not playable to just move here and shot there. This is not playable because it's just losing. So let's see. Okay, he's still doing it, but I think it's just losing because yeah, okay. And here black conceded the game. Of course, if you try this, it's just not working. Okay, because okay, here remember that black cannot play this because it's forbidden. So he has to play this, but then white is winning. Okay. Okay, so it's a quite special game because this is not really my play style. But okay, why not? Why not? The other game I think is more in my play style. This time I have the black piece. No, I have the white piece. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so in this game, as you can see, I'm really started with my opening where I'm just putting some stone everywhere, but still in a sort of line which is parallel to my sides. It's always important. Okay, and now white is trying on the bottom and gonna use this two as ladder escapes and this one as ladder escapes. Let's see if it's possible. Okay. Black is also quite strong on the right side. Okay. As you can see, white switched to the other opening with some parallel lines at the moment. Okay. Building some ladder escapes for this. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, now, yeah, white was, if you see here, white is pretty weak on this side. He has no pieces on the left. Seems not good. This is why he's trying to add some pieces here. It's not really important if black cross there. Okay, you can just move here and shot there, so you don't really care about that. Yeah, it's more on the other side, which is okay. Why? Oh, okay. White is not sure if you're gonna use the top or the bottom to cross. Okay, let's see. Okay, now as you can see, white is adding a lot of pieces on the left side since, of course, I realized that I'm quite weak on this side. Okay, so now it's okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Since here black defended well, white is adding a possible pass on the bottom, which is quite nice. Okay. Okay, and now black is using the fact that he's cutting here and defending on the right side. Okay, here I don't like this move. White has no choice. It's like if you want to win, you cannot black just make a line on the left side. And here is pretty close to just win in the line. He has ladder escapes on the top. He has a ladder escape on the bottom, and it's enough. And he has also some ladder escape there if he wants. He can move like this, okay? So White just decided to, okay, the left is secured, that's it. But now Black has a problem on the other side because he allowed Black to play this move, which is clothing his weakness on top right corner. And now Black is threatening to win just on the right side. So let's see. Okay, so now White is trying to cross on the bottom. Nice one. Okay, threatening to cross here, but also trying to use the top. Now threatening to move there and shot there. I think Black gonna answer. Yeah, Black is answering on the top. Okay. Some threat on the bottom now, and also on the top. Black gonna answer. Okay. Okay, White is trying to force something. Oh, okay. Okay. As you can see, White is trying to keep some possibilities on top and on the bottom. Okay, he's trying to win like this, but also like that. And the Black is trying to block both. Okay, so now Black decided to close the win, the possible win on the bottom for White, but White can go on the top. Okay, so that's not a so bad news for White. And of course, if Black is moving here and placing there, then White can move here and play there. So White is crossing here and Black is not winning. So let's see. But it means that Black gonna have a tempo when you're gonna play there because White will have to answer. So let's see if you're gonna use it. Okay. Wait a second. Is it playable to play white, white? Black, black, white, white, black. No, it's not working. Okay, so White cannot play this. A pretty nice defense from Black here. I think Black gonna win this now, probably. Ah, okay. White is adding. That's a good answer, but don't know if it's working. White is adding something here. And it's important because now if Black move here and shot there, you're gonna have white this time, and so White gonna be connected on the left. Oh, Black want to. Okay, Black is adding only one. Okay, trying to cross there, like moving here, placing there. Oh God. Okay, this is the moment where Black is using the threat on the right side. So White need to answer, but it's a problem because yeah, it's a big problem because why? Because Black is just winning there. Could he play something like there? I don't get. Okay, so here White is winning. White is losing because if you play white, white, black, black, but I don't get why I didn't play this. Oh no, because now he can play just okay. So no, this is losing in one move. Okay, it's not playable. So this is why I decided to play this. But then after this, white is winning. Okay, so black won this game. It's a quite close one, and a lot of moves were played. 114. Uh, it's a huge number of moves on a 13 by 13. It means that the game was really, really close. Sometimes you can win, in clearly less than this. Okay. I think two games where I played two different play styles. By the way, this game was more my play style, but it failed. But it failed just because the opponent is also quite good. Okay, it's a very high level game with two players that really know what they are doing here. So and it's on Little Golem, so it means that we had time to think. So of course it gives some really high level games. Well, I hope you like this video about Slither and maybe you understand it better right now. Remember that in Slither is a dynamic connection game and that ladder escapes are everything in Slither. If you try to win too fast, you're just gonna be in a losing position because you don't have enough ladder escapes. That's it. If you need to keep in mind something, keep in mind this, and that's it. Um, See you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and you can now win some nice Slither games. Bye bye. See you. See you soon.